Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the upcoming event that we are hosting, and that is the Kal-Haven Trail Ruck. This is our fourth year completing this monumental feat. It started with one of my clients who is now 70 years old. He had joked that he always really wanted to do a long ruck. That's like a feat of him. He's like, maybe it would be cool to ruck the Kal-Haven Trail. And I was like, cool, let's do it in October for your birthday. And so for his 67th birthday, we rucked the Kal-Haven Trail, and ever since then it's just kind of been an annual event. So I want to give you guys a little information on the event, talk about what to pack and things to expect. First of all, the ruck is open to absolutely anyone. So everyone in the gym, our community, other communities, I know will be joined by some people at Fortitude from Coldwater. I'm extending out basically a reach to anyone, friends from Three Rivers, other Kalamazoo gyms, Schoolcraft, wherever you are surrounding area. If you want to come and do this with us, we'd love to have you guys there. It's a free event. It's miserable. That's what we do it for. So some facts about the Kal-Haven Trail Ruck. First of all, it is 33 miles long. You do not have to do all of it. We have a fair amount of people every year that meet us at the step-off line, and they might do 1 mile. You might do 5 miles. We do stop at a halfway point where we grab, there's a small grocery store, and we refuel on food and water and drinks. There's also a small park and pavilion, so that's a really great place to also schedule a pickup, but it is about 18, 17 miles into the trail. This year, we will be starting in South Haven at the trailhead and finishing at the Kalamazoo 10th Street trailhead. So we rotate which direction we walk. The downside to starting in South Haven is you have to get up a little earlier. The pro, though, is that when you finish, you're already in Kalamazoo. So the car ride to food and drinks afterwards is much shorter, which your legs will totally appreciate. We step off at 0600 or 6 a.m. We don't wait. So if you're coming, try to be there, about 5 to 10 minutes early at least. Get your pack around, get your mind right, and we will step off together. When we take off, we try to put everyone in a little small groups and then assign them a cadre. Someone will have a miniature, at least first aid kit. You're never alone. We want to make sure that everyone has at least a buddy. I really like groups of 3 to 5, depending on how many people show up for the ruck total. You should never be by yourself. If you need some alone time, you could space out between other 2 groups that are walking. We do not all walk perfectly together. So throughout the trail, different people will take different breaks, and we do tend to space out. So that's why we need to stay in groups throughout the ruck. So what do I need to pack, and what should I be aware of is a great question, or questions that I get every single year. First, we're just walking. There's no running. There's no PT along the way. It's just a walk. And the reason I love this event so much is it really defines our ethos here at the gym. It is something that everyone can do. Everyone can walk, but it is going to challenge you mentally, and it will not be easy. You have to get in the right headspace, and you have to work at this. So even though it is attainable for anyone, it's not easy for anyone. And that's what I truly love that about the event. First off, you want to make sure you have a great pair of shoes. Not a brand new pair of shoes. Something that are broken in. Something you're comfortable with. They should not be super tight. Now, you don't want them too large either, because that can cause blisters, so can being too small. But you do want some space in your shoe. Your feet are probably going to swell throughout. So you want to have extra room in those to ensure that after your feet do swell, they don't rub all over in the shoe. Another great piece of advice I have for everyone is to rock 2 pairs of socks. Personally, I really like the Anini toe socks. And then I put running socks or compression socks over those. That allows you a place for your socks, for your foot to shift within the other sock, which also helps prevent blisters. So I'm a big fan of that. So that's really a huge tip for equipment. Other pieces of equipment you might want to pack. One is a headlamp. When we step off at 0600, it is dark. It will be dark for probably the first hour or 2. Not every single person needs a headlamp, but you don't want really more than 3 people to 1 headlamp. You'll have someone with a good one and it'll spread out, but you want to be able to see where you're going. So if you have a headlamp, that's awesome, or try to pair up with someone that does. Another thing you're going to want is a pack. Any kind will do. So a couple of things people ask me, do you guys carry weight? Some of us do pack extra, just strictly weight to make the ruck more difficult. But in addition to weight, things you need to have in your pack is going to be food and water. So even with no weight, you're probably going to have between anywhere between 6 and 8 pounds. Between, like, you'll want at least a half gallon of water on you. I would really recommend plenty of food. Trail mix is great, or jerky, something that's not going to upset your belly. People like Lara bars or RX bars, those are all great things. But even a sandwich, like real whole foods, things that are going to help you get through the trip that doesn't get damaged or leak all over your bag are good ideas. Also, back to headlamp. If you don't have a headlamp, a flashlight also works really great, but it is a little bit heavier. So after food, water, plenty of hydration, headlamp, you also may want to consider packing a raincoat. We have had pretty unfortunate weather before. We've gotten stormed on. You will get wet. We don't call off the ruck. So you might want a raincoat. And with that said, you may want a second pair of shoes or a couple extra pairs of socks. That's up to you. I don't pack those things because an extra pair of shoes is very heavy, so I try not to do that. What else do we need to know? After the ruck, when we finish, we all get together. Usually we schedule this around 7 p.m., 6 to 7 p.m., which gives us 12 to 13 hours to complete the ruck. We all meet at latitude 42 on West Main, and we have food and drinks. So it's one of the tastiest meals and tastiest beers you will ever have in your life. Trust me, you will greatly appreciate it. We will have rides on standby, so if something bad does happen, we need to make an emergency call, we'll get you picked up. There is a crossroad at just about every single mile. So wherever you are on the trail, you won't have to go too much further forward or backward to get picked up. If you guys have any other questions, please comment below. I'll happily get back to you and answer those questions. I hope you guys show up ready to get some. A lot of people won't, but we all know that that's because they don't want it. I'll see you guys later. September 19th.